Hey my lovely YouTubers, welcome back to my YouTube channel with me, your girl Morgan Tracy J, coming today with a new YouTube video, which is a get ready with me, alright? And also we are going to be doing a chit chat about that is not your husband, sis, okay? So if you are here for this video, make sure you are already subscribed to the YouTube family. You have already checked me out over on Instagram because I share a lot of great content over there, and you click the link in the description box when you have some free time, okay? Because guess what? This video is in collaboration with Merit. Merit also gave me a discount code for you guys so you can get 10% off of your next order, all right? And so you guys know I have been using Merit for so long now, and I feature them in a lot of my videos. I love their natural makeup and the natural look. And so yeah, we're going to be using some new Merit products today, and we're going to also talk about sis that ain't your husband. All right, so let's get into the video. First things first, I want to open up some of these Merit items that they sent me. You guys know I already have a lot of makeup by Merit that I absolutely love, but one thing they did send me was the Instant Glow Serum, okay? And I am looking forward to busting this baby open and trying it. They all sent me a Great Skin Priming Moisturizer, and so I want to open up these two. And then they also sent me some of the items that are completely my favorites, which is the blending brush, which I already have a few of these, but you can never have too many makeup brushes. And they also sent me a new contour stick with a minimalist contour in the shade Buff, which I love this color. And so yeah, we are gonna break open. First thing is we want to try the Instant Glow Serum, okay? So let's bust this thing open. Thank you, Merit. I love the gold detail on the packaging. Pretty. All right. Ooh, 2 pumps. Ooh, dropping it. And in the middle. Oh, it smells good. It gives me coconut vibes. All right, you guys. So I am throwing this Instant Glow Serum on my skin right now. And then next we're gonna add the primer. This is a new fave product already. It smells good, but it's so lightweight and it smells so good. It feels so good. Next is the Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. And since I'm getting ready to do my makeup, we definitely want some primer on. One thing I love about Merit is their packaging, okay? Like the gold M. I love it. Okay, this is the Great Skin Priming Moisturizer by Merit. Ooh, I love how it feels. Ooh, it smells good. So we did just add some of the Merit items to my skin. Now granted, they have already sent me this before, so I already know what to expect with the Merit makeup brush. I'm gonna actually keep this in the box because I will use this eventually, just not right now. I still have 2 good brushes. Also, we have a new Merit contour stick in the color Buff. I have this one already, so it's perfect. But let me show you how it looks. Oh, I love that. All right, so that is all to the shameless Merit plug. Okay, shout out to Merit. Thank y'all so much for sending me that. There's a link in the description box you can use for 10% off your next purchase at Merit. I hope you enjoy it, girl. Thank me later. Now it is time to talk about sis that ain't your husband, okay? And what I always do first, I always fill in my eyebrows. And Merit actually has a eyebrow brush, like stuff. So I just use their brush. It looks like mascara, but it's for the eyebrows, and I just use it to brush my eyebrows up and fill it in a little for some color. Okay. See the difference? See the difference? Okay. Why I'm saying sis that ain't your husband is because guess what, girls? It is time for us to stop over spiritualizing relationships, okay? The truth is that is a man, you are a woman, and sometimes we over spiritualize so much about relationships. And I just want to tell you this because I definitely was that girl, and the Lord has really worked on me to not over spiritualize relationships and things like that. And the reason I'm saying this to you is because I have done it so many times, okay? And I just want to help my sis out, okay? So the first thing is, sis, if you are saying that man is your husband, but that man is not interested in you at all, not the least, he doesn't call you, he doesn't text, he doesn't even try to pursue you, then guess what? You're over spiritualizing some things. One thing about a man is if he likes you, you gonna know it, girl. Okay, you gonna know it. All right. And if he once liked you in a season and things broke off, and now it's been years and y'all haven't even had a real conversation, but you're like, hey, I still think this man is my husband. I'm not telling you not to think like that, but I am telling you not to wait on that, because one thing about a man is if he wants somebody, he goes after them. If they want a job, they want a certain vehicle, they want a certain goal, many of them will go after what they want. And so what I have known for myself in the past, I over spiritualized men at times in relationships, and I would think, well, we're just not together right now because it's not God's timing. But the truth of the matter is that man did not want me. And all I had to do was acknowledge that and go on about my life and quit waiting. All right. So ladies, stop over spiritualizing dating. Just finished my eyebrows. Now we're going to get into a little bit of the skin. Okay. Merit, like I said, has these amazing contour sticks. Like I have one in the color buff. And so I am just going to go over some of my little dark spots that you see on my face. All right. It is minimalist makeup. Like it doesn't, you don't need a whole lot to get a full look. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for just about 2 seconds. Also, I want to tell you this: if the man is not checking for you, just assume he's not interested. Okay, this is gonna save you so much time, because if a lot of us women, we get crushes on men that don't even know we're in the room. Sometimes we have the biggest crush on men who don't even realize who we are. Okay. And I remember this one time I was in Walmart and there was this guy I saw and I thought, oh, he was so cute. And I remember thinking like, ooh, we had ran into each other a few times in this Walmart. And I remember thinking like, is he ever going to talk to me? And then the one day he finally talks to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen you in here a few times. He didn't even see me before. He never saw me. He was like, he could not remember. And I'm like, oh, you didn't see me? I'm like, I had made this whole scenario up in my mind that this man had been seeing me and all this. He had not seen me. And that also should have been a sign that a few weeks later, he really wasn't checking for me. No way. I wasn't really checking for him either. So, you know what I mean? So that right there, just wanted to tell you, if a man is really not checking for you, girl, don't be checking for him. Just know that he is not yours if he is not checking for you. A man that is interested in you, you're going to know it. You're going to feel it. You're going to be like, oh, wow, this is not quite normal. Like, he is all about me. All right. And all of that stuff. The next thing I want to tell you, sis, that ain't your husband, because you are over spiritualizing things sometimes. Sometimes it literally is just a regular everyday man that might actually like you, and you're trying to have the fairy tale, like the princesses in the movies. And since you're trying to have this beautiful fairy tale moment, you're like, this cannot be my husband because it's not so fairy tale, when really that could be your husband, but you're just looking for the fairy tale. Okay. And so that's something I want to tell you right there, is make sure you're not over spiritualizing things, but also you're getting out of your own way. It's okay if it doesn't quite look the way you imagined or thought or all that, but it is like, you have to get out of your own way. And also you have to date outside of your comfort zone. So if you've been waiting on somebody or dating a guy and you always date guys in this particular area, particular comfort zone, they have this look, they do this, if that's what you've been doing, then I think it's about time you step out of that. Because I'm not saying don't be attracted to people, but because what's probably happening is that you are waiting on a certain type and a certain look and a certain vibe, and that sometimes can be your biggest hurdle. I gotta give this example. One day, me and a friend went to an adult skate night, okay? We go to this adult skate night. We have the most fun. We're having the most fun. It's so fun. So when the night is almost over, she was like, wow, that guy was really feeling you, wasn't he? I didn't know who she was talking about. I'm like, who? And she was like, the guy over there with the thing. Like, he was so, around you. Like, he helped so-and-so fell right beside us. He picked them up. He was kind of talking to you. I didn't even realize it. I truly did not realize it until she pointed it out. And I'm like, oh, because he wasn't my type, right? So I literally was leaving. He was just leaving too. But I did not even realize this guy was even checking for me. He was even interested in me until a friend was like, you didn't notice that? He was everywhere you were. He was blah, blah, blah. He was helping try, and I'm looking like, why didn't I realize that? And I realized it was because he was not my type. So I was kind of blinded to him. I was blinded to him. And I want to say that for so many women out there, sometimes the men are not our type. And so we are blinded and we don't realize that this man over here is very interested in us, but we're blinded to our type. And so I just want to share that with somebody right now. It's okay to, like who you like and stuff, but be open, because that was a revelation for me, that I was so stuck on my type, and this man being of another type, another ethnicity, I didn't even notice him interested in me. Okay. So that's what I want to say, sis. Don't get out of your comfort zone. Don't always have to date the same type of vibe you are, or does the same things you do. Even if like you're in the church or you're in something, like, he doesn't have to be a preacher. He doesn't have to be a minister. He doesn't have to be a worship leader. He could be an everyday Joe just working a normal job, and that could be your man, right? So I just want to tell you that, like, get out of your comfort zone. Also, too, sis, only go after the men that like you, girl. Sometimes the one thing I noticed in the past is it would be Claire's day. This man did not even was interested in me, but I would be the one liking them. That is usually a red flag, sis. A man that you want, the man you want is a man you want to be interested in you. So that's why I say, sis, it's probably not your husband, because you might be the only one liking this person, and that person might not even be checking for you. That person might not even be that interested. You might not even realize they're interested. They might not even talk to you every day or every month, but you are kind of convinced and spiritualizing things that this is your husband or this is that person for you, when this person is showing you over and over that they're really not, okay? Because they're just not that interested in you. And I think that's the key. Be interested in the men that are interested in you. If you're with a guy and you're like, hey, he doesn't seem very interested in me, keep the same energy. Don't be interested in him then, right? But don't be like, oh, he's not that interested in me, but this is God's timing, and then we'll get together at the later season when he is. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. And a man should be able to look at you and be like, whoa, like Adam, okay? Like, woo, bone of my bone, flesh of my life. Like, a man should be able to look at you and just be like, wow, this woman is amazing. She's beautiful. She's that thing. And so if he's not giving you that when you first meet him, or when you first connected with him, if he's not really interested, if he may be somebody else's man, okay? And that's okay too, but you just have to make sure you have your balance, and you're like, okay, I'm not about to force this thing. I'm not about to rush this thing. I'm not about to throw myself at this man, right? It's just like giving yourself a little like, hey, he doesn't seem that interested, and that's okay. And go on about your business. And I think that's something too, sis. If the man is not interested in you, that is not your husband. Definitely not at that moment. That is not your husband. If he is not interested, like, that's just a word for everybody right there. If this man is not interested in you, girl, that is not your man, okay? And you got to sum it up and be like, that ain't my man, and that's okay. But if he is not interested in you, if he ain't showing signs of interest, if he ain't calling you, checking on you, asking you on dates, trying to see you, that is not your man. And be okay with that. And just say, you know what, God, even if he is my man, I'm going to go forward like he's not. And if you bring it back together, that's on you. But that is not my man. Because what happens to a lot of us Christian women is that we start actually over spiritualizing things. And then we're also thinking like, oh, this is our man, when he has shown us every sign in the book that he is not interested in us at this season or in this season of his life, or he may never be. But he shows us that he is not interested. And we're like, oh gosh, that's my man though. Okay. And so I'm just trying to tell you, and I want to save you heartache, heartbreak, time. Do not wait on no man, especially if he is not giving you the energy, especially if you are not already married to him and y'all are just going through separation. Regardless, like, do not wait on no man, girl. Do not do it to yourself. You might be like, well, what if I miss out on him? He's so great. True, but he might need to see you go off and live your life apart from him, not worried about him. And that might be the thing. He's like, oh, okay, she actually don't even need me. Like, I was tripping, you know? But versus you sitting around waiting, and he like, dang, she ain't dated nobody since me. She ain't been in no relationship since me. Dang, I got her stuck. I can go back to her anytime I want to. That's kind of how some of them can operate, okay? So don't be that girl. Just go on about your life. Go on about your business. I just use the Merit highlight stick thing. I love these. I got that bronzy one. I love putting that on top of my eye. Okay, I'm getting ready to use Merit in the color Taupe, as well as Merit in the color Sunday. Sunday is a little more pinker, and I love that. I just outlined my lips. My faves. I always keep this toupee in my purse. It's everywhere with me. It's just so pretty. It goes on glossy. It's natural. And I love it. All right, and last thing I want to leave you with, sis, that is not your husband, is please don't take this as like a word that the guy you're seeing is not your husband. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if there's a man out there that you've been waiting on, if there's a man that you've been maybe overthinking things with, and like he's more into you than he actually is, and you're kind of just like, I know he's into me, but we don't talk, we don't date, we haven't been together in years, but you're waiting on that person, then that's this for you. Okay, this is for you. Because if you have been waiting on a man, the go is here. I want to tell you this: don't wait on a man, the man of your dreams. Just become the woman of your dreams. Okay, don't wait on a man. Also, too, don't be afraid to date. Get out there and date, girl. Live your life. You are going to be so happy. I just used the color Stockholm by Merit on my cheeks to give me a little color. I do love using that on my cheeks. Something in my hair. Okay. But I do love using that like right here on my cheeks. And I actually like using it a little bit around my nose. Give me a little color there. And honestly, I'm kind of inspired by Melody Elisa. When we had our event, she had her hair pulled back, middle part. She just looks so clean and sleek, and it shows me like natural beauty, you know. So shout out to Melody. I just felt like she looked so beautiful at our event, and I was like, sometimes you don't need the full bust down. You know what I mean? Like, that inspired me so much. Okay, you guys, this is kind of the final look, but last but not least, I want to tell you, girl, that man that maybe you've been waiting on, you've been leaving, he ain't even pursuing, he ain't even your man, that you're trying to say is your husband, that's crazy. That's backwards. You should be together with this person. You should date this person. Y'all should be falling in love with each other. And that's when you're like, yeah, this is that person. It shouldn't be someone you have not talked to in years, someone you haven't went on a date with in years, someone that once was into you but it wasn't, someone that you just had a long time crush on, okay? So sis, if it's a man that you've had a long time crush on, a man you've never dated, a man that you have dated but hasn't talked to in months or years, somebody you haven't even really had a conversation with, somebody that isn't even checking for you like that, then that is your sign that says that is not your husband. Go on about your business. Go on about your business, okay? And also get out of your normal dating pool. Get out of your normal type that you always box yourself into, because I do notice that some of the best relationships and connections I've ever made were with men out of my comfort zone, okay? And men that I was like, that's different, but hey, well, you know, okay, this ain't quite what I would go for, but they're really great men. So I just want to encourage you with that. And most of all, don't wait on the man of your dreams. Become the woman of your dreams. And as you are becoming this woman, you will meet a great man. But you cannot just sit and wait and think this man is going to knock your door down and be like, hey, you're my wife. Like, you got to be becoming. You got to get out there and date. You got to get out there and live. You got to know what you like. You got to go try the coffee shops and the ice cream bars or whatever, and know what you like. So when this man comes into your life, you can tell him what you like. You can tell him that you like that one steakhouse or you like that one little restaurant. You can tell him because you've been living and you've been becoming, okay? So I just want to drop that to you, girl, because I have been there where I definitely over-spiritualized so many relationships in the past, over-spiritualized so many breakups, over-spiritualized so many things. And I think for about 7 years, I was single. Now, 5 of those I was single for 5 straight years. For 2 of those years, I was single again. And after every time something ended, I would just jump to be single again. I'm going to be single for a year. I'm going to be single for 6 months. And I realized that was usually my way of still trying to hold on to the man as well. That I was just like, well, if he comes back or if things happen to fix itself, I'll still be here. Girl, I want to tell you, take your time to heal, but move on with your life, okay? Move on with your life, all right? Now, anyways, hopefully this video encouraged you and inspired you. Thank you to Merit for collaborating with me in this video. I feel so beautiful. Thank you to all their products. And if you are interested in any of the Merit products, there's a link in the description box below for 10% off your next purchase, okay? So if you are looking for some natural minimalist makeup, girl, Merit is the way to go, okay? Love you guys. I'll see you in my next one.